Namaskaram all. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Parabrahma Namaha. The identity of soul and God, Jiva and Brahma. The secret of Vedanta. The next episode from this book of Sri Kadapai Sri Paramahamsa Sachidananda Yogeshwar. Indifference to mundane. That's the topic that we are getting into today. And this topic is something that is not alien to any of us. This topic is something that day in and day out we discuss, not even in occasion. Day in and day out we talk about this topic. As I go forward, you will understand why I say this. Without any ado, I'll get into the subject where Swamy says this body is just filth and the family is like an assembly line. Right? The body is like a dream and this world is like just a stage. And what makes our birth? If you recall the previous chapter, the 3 types of karma. So Sanjita karma makes our birth. And we should realize we had number of births and we don't know the next janma. So can you connect the dots with the karma here, the 3 karmas, so you can understand the statement even very well. I have gone in depth in the previous episode. If you haven't heard that, if you go ahead and listen, make some time to it and listen, then you will easily connect what is coming in this one. The sheer ignorance makes us believe we will live longer without end. Unfortunately, nobody wants to die. The moment we think about death, we divert our mind to something else. And even after seeing many of our close relatives' death, we still continue to think that we are going to survive forever. And also, we calculate our lives based on the wealth, the money we have. And at the end of the day, we don't realize the real happiness. What is real happiness? Fill in the blanks here, like our school teachers ask. The real happiness is realizing the oneself, aligning ourselves to the oneness, Eghagradam, Chitta Chutti, Sutta Chaitanya realization, right? So it's all the same. I gave you many words, so many people will connect with many different words. Right? So Swami goes on to say that we all entangled in lust, greed, and we get drowned in desire of wealth, love, child, whatnot. We have umpteen number of things to get drowned enough. And we run around, we work, we do business, we do this, we do that, and earn money, struggle to earn money, and day in and day out run behind all that, and then just spend everything at the end of the day to get only disappointment. And why the disappointment comes? Whole and sole reason is us. I'll come to that again. So you might ask, we have taken a life in this janma, we have come in for a reason, of course, whatever Sanjita karma, and we've come here and we have taken up the prarabdha karma and running our life, and you're saying all you run around, earn money, love is waste, this is waste, that is waste, and you're spending everything, and at the end you're getting a disappointment. And then why do I do it? Why do I get into all these things? And why is that God make me do all these things? Is a God sadist? Right? So that's the question that everyone's mind will tremble upon. A very simple answer. You come here not because of God is sadist. You come here because of your power punya. That's the only reason that brought you here. In Tamil there is a saying, Tirumular says, Patrit Todaram Giruvinai Pavam Punyam, which means the one that comes always, all along with you is the power and punya that you did. And that is why Swami says, and everyone else he says that, be very careful. Do what you're supposed to. Don't overdo it, don't do it less. Don't hurt others. Don't add enough and more. Already we have the power karmas and punya karmas. If not in that same quantity, don't add more and more power karmas. So because of all this, as a repercussion of all this, we get birth into this world to dissolve all that. And instead of focusing on these and dissolving all that, doing the right things and get going with it, we again run behind. This very chapter, or the Swamiji or any other Swamijis comes to us and talk about all these things. The very reason is to get out of the cycle of birth and death. You realize what you are doing is not worth it. And again, the question remains the same to me. You are asking, like, then what the hell I should do? Should I keep quiet and sit in one place and continue to calm my mind, which is not possible? Who will feed my children? Who will pay my rent? Who will pay my EMI? Yes, one must do all that. There is no escapism. That is called what? Your dharma. You must do it. But do it without attachment. Again, it goes all the way back to the first chapter where Swami says, do this all with detachment. Don't hold on to that I factor. I did this. This hospital is mine. This bungalow is mine. This thing, I created it. It all belongs to me. No, nothing belongs to anyone. Everything belongs to this Prapancha Shakti. This cosmos owns everything. Right? Coming back to the subject. When death comes, we blink, we suffer. Just come back again and go through the same samsara. Come back again, meaning you get a birth again based on your power punya, and then go through the samsara again. Where is the escape then? Where is the real escape? That is why all these chapters. And Swami is teaching the best escape route here. And if we are smart enough to understand this, one will listen to this wholeheartedly, or read the book, or listen to anyone for that matter, any language for that matter. It doesn't matter. The content, what you get into your mind, is the key. How to get rid of this cycle of birth and death, and how do I escape? Which is the escape route? Right? So that is more important. A little close observation will make it all the more clear. The distinction one makes between the body and the soul is the first step. The identity of body as a soul is totally wrong. Your body is not a soul. Your body is just accumulated with what we ate. It belongs to this earth, and it's like a shirt that we wear and drop it. As good as that, right? And Swami goes on to talk in detail about the 10 things, very interesting things. Kamadi Dasavargangal, he says in Tamil. Let me add one by one in English. Kama, desire; Krodha, wrath; Lobha, greed; Moha, delusion; Mada, pride; Mascharya, envy; Damba, pomp; Dharba, insolence; Irsha, jealousy; Asuyai, calumny. So these are the 10 things that one has to really understand and keep in control. I am not asking you to get out of all this in a day or two. No, definitely not. Swami is not asking that either. Nobody asks that. We take a human birth, we eat food which has all the gunas that is not needed. It induces a lot of things in ourselves. This is a normal human body and we are subject to do all these things. But bring in that awareness. Bring in that awareness. That awareness will eventually get you out of that. And that is the escape route that we are talking about here. There is no magic. There is no magic. Like I said in the previous episode, there is no free meal. Like that, there is no magic. You have to work. One has to work, put in a lot of efforts, right? So now let us see karma. Karma is not just the lust. Many of us think karma is just one thing. No. It is an intense love, longing for wealth, and anything that is unwanted desire is getting under the karma. That is why if you really see, when you pray to God, for example, people who have taken Sri Vidya Diksha, when they do their japa, they say very clearly, it goes like, Ganesha Diksha, and then it goes to Bala, and then it goes on like that. There are various steps, right? Shadakshari, Panchadasi, so it goes a lot more stages. It goes to Dasamahavidya, until Dasamahavidya it goes. In that very clearly, the one who gives the Diksha, right, very clearly tells to the Shishya. Usually Sri Vidya Diksha is very difficult to get. They say they can even give their daughters wealth and everything possible, but one will not give a Sri Vidya to other person. It's very difficult to get a Diksha. And that very clearly it is underlined, saying any kamya prarthana will not be answered. For example, Bala Tripura Sundari, if somebody is doing a Bala Japa, they ask for, I want this, I want that. She will not even look at you, listen to you. Our prarthana should be nishkamya. It should be for lokakshema and for others. All right? So the karma here, you see, kamya, nishkamya. You understand, right? So that is why I got this into the detail. It's just reading and telling what it is not going to help enough, is what I understand. So I'm trying to get a little bit into the details so that it stays in our minds and we work towards it. I'm sorry if this is going longer because of this reason. Krodha is an anger, desire to harm others. Example, somebody gets a promotion and which you're supposed to get, and for whatever reasons it went to another person. That's it. We tremble. The simplest other example is a road rage. Somebody is overtaking you and you're like, oh my God, I won't overtake that fellow. How can he overtake? I have a much better car than him. Right? Greed. It is being not being or being a narrow-minded, right? To give portion of one's possession even to the nearest kith and kin. That is what Swamy refers as an example here. Delusion, loving wife and children more than the Atman. Again, here comes the detachment, right? We talk about detachment and then we practice spirituality and then go, oh my God, it's my wife, my child, oh, I have to do everything for them. Just keep protecting and think that is the entire world. There you lose your spiritual dharma. You don't have time to contemplate on Atman. Then what are you? After listening to all these things, why do you do that? You do that. Do it with detachment. When you are over-attached, how are you going to practice the detachment? This is the question everybody asks, right? So you have to answer. One has to answer to themselves. Nobody have an answer for this. Pride, not caring for others, having puffed with wealth. That's a classic example. I don't have to give anything more. Envy, intolerance to others, greatness. Again, somebody is good and I'm not able to be that. So what? You work for it, try. If that is there in your karma, it is going to come. Why are you envying? By envying, you're troubling your nerves. You're harming yourself. Right? The next is the poem. Do charity as a matter of ostentation. It's like putting a poster of what you're doing. Right? So that is also adharma. Insolence, pride of possession. Right? Both inequality, Why? Again, right? That could be definitely avoided. Jealousy, I need not explain. Simple thing is wishing for a similar calamity for others. And calumny, asuyai, which is like tooth for tooth, nail for nail. Why? One life. We just have to practice, understand, work towards realization. All this will naturally calm us down. And this Kamadita Savargangal will not bother us. We just have to first, step one is to understand what is that we have in predominant out of the 10. First of all, acknowledge that you have it. And when the next time occurs, realize that you are doing that again and slow it down the next time. And then retrospect. This is the only way to get out of it. You cannot stop it in a day. That is not practical either. So, Swamy goes on to conclude saying, the demonical men won't know things that they should be aware of. They were all the time engrossed in self-praising, glorification, disobedient, whatnot. And they all are the above as well, insolence, vindictive, hatred, you name it. All such bad passions should be abandoned to get out of this. Worldly happiness is only counterfeit. Realize that, right? All in our grasp is going to feel inferior in a day. And our mind definitely takes fancy for what we are not. You might be wonderful in something and we will not be proud about that. Meaning, we will not be contented about that. We will see another person and that person can do that. Why not me? Always the mind trembles about it. Just get out of that. You have come for a reason. Your karma and vasana controls some of the aspects of the life that you're going through based on the prarabdha karma, which is inherited from the sanjita karma. And you understand this and be realized. Do not be in the want of what others is doing that you should be doing. No. Right? Don't dwindle into the insignificance. And Swamy concludes this by saying, please, please do not get stuck like a spider that gets stuck into the web and not knowing how to get out of it. We are not spiders. We are a fantastic jivas which are spawned from the Paramporul, Paramatman. We have 6 senses. We have multiple other factors to realize, think, and we have come to this Janma. Once we need to attempt to listen to all these things earnestly and try to put in practice. And I must say this before I close this. We all are listening to this today, and I'm telling this, Swami is making me to share this. Raju sir is putting all his efforts in Kannada and saying all these things are happening for a reason. And you all are, whoever is listening to this, all are chosen ones in this Janma. Because of your good karmas and vasanas, you are sitting and listening, even at least subscribing to these channels and going through this. At least if you're saying, okay, this is a notification, I need to watch this. So you are in this level because of all your Purva Janma vasanas and karmas. Not everybody will get to listen to this or hear to this. That itself is a step 1 success for you. So do you want to go back? Do you want to step 1 level back from this success, or you want to go forward? It's up to you to decide. Jai Sri Paramahamsa Sachidananda Yogeshwar.